And here we are for part 3 of Spring Anime with Mahouka and or the Irregular. This anime, to be honest, I like just from first impression as this video is, I was thinking of like Infinite Stratos. That's all I could think about at first, is just Infinite Stratos with those school uniforms. It didn't make me think it was a typical school anime though, more than it made me think of Infinite Stratos. But seeing how I didn't see any sort of power suits or anything like that, it clearly was not Infinite Stratos. But out of everything in this anime, there was only one thing that was, I have to question. But I'll get to that after I explain to you what this anime is, which is basically in the world, there was like a World War III, and it was over resources, and there was global warming, and people were starving, and they're fighting over the remaining resources and whatnot. And somehow, somewhere, magic came about. And while this is the story of this anime, I'm still trying to figure out where magic came in, because it seemed like it just came out of nowhere, and they didn't really explain how magic even exists. Because if you have all the countries in the world fighting over dwindling resources, where was that magic then? How come the magic couldn't create these resources or anything like that? It just all of a sudden, when everything is bad and doomed and everything is gonna go wrong, all of a sudden the militaries want magic users and stuff like that. So that's like a weakness of the story. But it is basically about this, well, two people in this case. One is a Shiba Tatsuya, which is called Tatsuya, and his sister Shiba Miyuki. And he seems to have like the top scores and like as far as magic and whatnot. He seemed like he aced everything, yet he was put on reserves, while his sister is not as talented as he is, but she is in the higher level. And right off the bat, when you see them go to their academy for magic users, you'll notice that there is a problem. And you'll notice it on their uniforms, that there is some sort of like discrimination. That something is already like a foundational problem, like from the fact that even though the school is for the elite, like excellent magicians, that are there and learning their craft and whatnot, you can see the discrimination, where in one hand you have students who are on the top half, like they're called bloom students, and they'll have like a bloom type logo on their uniforms, and they have the stylish the females at least have this stylish part of their uniforms as well, where the other half, which seem to get it really bad, is called the weed students. Just the name alone, weeds and bloom, tells you something's wrong there. But clearly the school had put this in like from the get-go, which is a bad decision. But the wheat students don't have those flowery looking uniforms and don't have the Bloom logo, so they're just regular students, and the Bloom students clearly think they're far more superior. So uh, he Tatsuya is, as you have guessed, in the weed uh, part of or the course 2 students, which are the wheat students, and he is probably more talented than most of the students in the school, if not all of them. But he is in the weed course 2, and his sister is in course 1, so she's in the Bloom group. And yeah, that brings me to the weird problem I have with this anime, which is the fact that his sister seems to be completely in love with her own brother, which is completely normal in Japanese anime. But yeah, I think the other students have an issue with that. So that's what it's about, and it seems like towards the end of this anime that you can see that with all the students and their abilities, that there's some sort of intrigue, that'll have you like really caught up into this anime. I could definitely see a lot of people being caught up in this anime and wanting to see more. But I also believe that the martial arts that I see, or the taijutsu, is awesome. I like that too. I don't know how big of a role it'll play in this anime, but that added to the factor that made me want to watch another episode. So it has my approval, though. I don't look forward to any more of that sister brother. Like, actually, it seems one-sided just on the sister's end, but without that, everything else is great. So we'll see. So there you have it. I want you to watch this anime. It's pretty good, and I thought it was gonna be bad, but I hope it doesn't turn bad later. Because that was just, this is the first impression, first episode. And this is what I think. So, I hope it doesn't let me down. It's like 26 episodes, I believe. Yeah. And, I could certainly see this as some sort of novel type anime. It has to be something like that. I could see it being some novel. Maybe not a visual novel, but it makes me think it's deep enough to warrant one. So we'll see. So again, it has my approval. Go watch it and tell me what you think. And this is Soredemo Sekai wa Utsukushii, or it's better to just call it The World Is Still Beautiful. But this one, I think there was another anime called Engaged to Unidentified. I suppose it would be similar to that. At least that's what came to my mind when I first saw this. But this is basically about the 4th princess of a dukedom, the Rain Dukedom, or principality. And basically she is going to be married to the king of the Sun Kingdom, and this Sun Kingdom is like the largest kingdom of the world. I guess they conquered most of the world, and her principality or dukedom is small, and to prevent from being conquered, the Duke of her land. Her father offered up his daughters hand in marriage to be spared, I suppose. And that's basically what it comes down to with this anime. Except there's more to this princess than you would think. You can't just think of the marriage only, because she apparently has the ability to control the wind and to create rain. So seeing that, and the Sun Kingdom, which is very dry and arid, I guess, you could see where the story, that the foundation of the story they're trying to build here. So that pretty much sums up this anime. So with all that in mind, is it's adventurous and has a lot of fantasy, but I have to watch more episodes to decide if it's a good anime or not. So I can't really tell you if it is or not. But the first episode was very interesting, so I do recommend you giving it a watch to see if you like it or not. But I can't tell you if you'll love this anime or not. I can only tell you to give it a watch, like 3 episodes max, then decide whether you like it or not. So there you have it. And here we have Akuma no Riddle, or you can call it Riddle Story of the Devil. Now, this anime is not the usual anime. It's not the typical school anime either. So that's a plus to me, because it's something unique. So I couldn't really compare it to anything else. I mean, there's a few anime that came to mind, but it wasn't similar enough though. So that's good. I like something like this. So, but basically in this anime you have, as you'll see in the first episode, that the school in this anime is not the typical school type that you'll usually see in anime. It's like a school full of assassins, and I mean, I don't know what grade they're in. I don't know if they're in middle school or high school or what, but basically after their training is complete, and I'm assuming that only girls are being trained for this, because I don't know if any guys are being trained at all. All I can say is that I definitely see only girls being trained. But once their training is complete, or at least the main character's training is complete, she gets transferred to an academy where everyone there is pretty much assassins, it seems like. But to be honest, I'll just say it's like 12 assassins in her class. I don't know if the whole school is full of assassins, the whole academy, but her classroom in particular, the black class, has nothing but assassins and one target, it seems. And now the main character in this anime, which is Azuma Tokaku, and we'll just call her Tokaku. I wanted to get to her before, but I wanted to explain the story of this anime first. But all these assassins are in this class, and they all have one target that they're supposed to kill. and whoever kills this person wins, I guess. Whoever does it first. And it'll be pretty obvious to you, viewer, on who exactly is the target. I mean, you don't need me to tell you. But from watching it, I suspect that the main character will easily identify the target that's supposed to be assassinated and will decide not to, because you'll notice that she's pretty like dead inside, like there's no emotion with her. But the moment she comes in contact with her supposed target, all of a sudden she's not acting completely the way she used to, or what she normally would do, and that kind of tells you that this target is having an effect on her. And as I was saying, I suspect that she will turn around and try to protect this girl instead of trying to kill this girl. And that would mean protecting her from the other assassins. But that's what I suspect the anime would be about, because I mean, you've seen enough anime, you can pretty much predict. But not to say this is like, something where you'll get bored of it really quick. I don't know, but I do recommend watching it because it does seem interesting. And like there's a lot of anime out this season, so a lot of them I would probably end up recommending you watch 3 episodes, because some of them you just don't know. But I don't think this would disappoint you. But like I said, just to be sure, watch 3 episodes. So there you have it. You should definitely watch this one. And there you have it, part 3 of the spring anime first impressions. And expect part 4 very soon. And once again, hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.